most of the things that I'm now in 2025. I'm no longer in 2024. And then every plan I have that I'm putting in place or that I'm implementing is like a foundation for what I want to happen in 2025. So if you look at your personal finance now, is this something that you are okay with, or is it something that you want to develop more income source in 2025? So how are you positioning now? If you really want to develop your finance in 2025, what are you doing now that would make that 2025 a huge one for us? Now, one of the things you need to know, there are some investments you can place your fund into right now that is going to earn you quality return on investment in 2025, especially on a long term or short term. There are some investment that you can place your funds in that is going to give you quality return on investment in 2025. One of the ways the rich get richer is that they think ahead. If everything you are thinking of now is my income, my earning now, my feeding now, there is little to what you can do. But if your financial, everything that is taking your financial thought is about long term, your short term needs is solved. Because if you are trying to solve a long term need, short term needs is solved. So if you are looking at 2025 and looking at, okay, I have a target to raise over 100 million or 200 million. Now the question should be, or let's say 50 million, let's just say 10 million, to make 10 million naira, and you begin to work towards it. Within the next 6 months, you would have hit a target. If you shoot to the moon, you will land on the stars. I said it to someone that is close to me recently. I said, okay, one of the ways to hit your target, financial target, is to increase the target. So if you want to make 10 million in 2025, one of the fastest way you can do that is to increase your target to 30 million in 2025. Create action plan to achieve that 30 million and take action. In 2025 is 100 million. I need to increase my target to 300 million. Then create action plan for me to hit that 300 million, so that if I miss the 300 million, I may land on 250, 280, 200, or that 100, which is actually my target. So one of the things you need to begin to look out for is, okay, how do I position? Because the truth is that in 2025, there is a lot of things that will be coming up in 2025 that is going to really take a number of people. One of the things I like to do is to listen to people whenever I'm in the midst of people. And I discovered that a number of people are really lamenting as regards the economic situation wherever they are, whether in the UK, whether in Canada, whether in Nigeria. Everybody is feeling it. Of course, those in diaspora, one of the beautiful things or opportunity they have is that the exchange rate works in their favor. But when, as in investing in naira in Nigeria, but if you are earning in dollars, you are spending in dollars. So it's almost like walking around the clock or walking around the cycle. So what you need to do right now is begin to look at your financial position and say, okay, in the next 6 months, in the next 1 year, what do I want to achieve? One of the key things that I want you to go on with is what you do now in December. This is already December for me. We prepare you for 2025. Now let me give you some facts. In January, February, March in 2025, prices will go very high. This is how to position yourself financially. Think ahead. Prices will go very, very high. If prices go very high, means that it's going to demand more financial commitment from you. So what do? What are the things you are likely to need in 2025? This is a time you can invest in something that is going to give you what cash flow in 2025. So if you're looking at a short term, you can look at real estate, land banking. Of course, that is long term, but you create a business model around it, and that is the farm business, which I'm going to expatiate on. And then if you're looking at something that is like near liquid, you also want to do the stock market, invest your money in companies that are doing well, looking at their track record. So you have to be very intentional about your finance, depending on the position you are, whether you are currently earning total of ₦1 million per year, or a million. Let me use let's say maybe you are earning $50,000 per year. So you need to begin to understand, okay, this is what I need to do. What are the things you need to cut on in your expenditure? If it's necessary that you cut it. But one of my major focus is on my inflow, because in as much as you are spending, take for instance, you are spending 100,000 or let's say $10,000 on a yearly basis on miscellaneous, prices of things is still going to increase. Even if you say you want to reduce your budget, take for instance from 500,000 naira to 300,000 naira. Now the product worth 300,000 naira now is going to still increase to like 400k. So there's little to, definitely it is good that you minimize expenses or manage expenses, but it's more effective to do what? To maximize income farm. Now, one of the beautiful things that I see with real estate is that if you acquire right, I made mention of something that has to do with making profits on purchase. Your profit should not only be after sales. Your profit should also be made when you are purchasing. By the time you are able to buy right, you are able to sell right. And I've been talking about you investing in land banking and land flipping. Land banking simply means buying a landed property and keeping it for a long period of time for capital appreciation, for future economic benefits. Flipping means buying a landed property and keeping it for short term for the purpose of reselling, and that is within the space of 1 year. So even if you are buying a landed property for long-term land banking, 5 years, 10 years, you can create a business model around your land banking business.